it's a rational function, p at x over q at x. If c, it doesn't even actually have to be a rational function. It can be some trig on the top and trig at the bottom, right? So as long as you have a c, so a 0, meaning which you plug into the function p, you get a 0. Okay. From factor theorem, that's translates into that is a factor. Okay. So if the number of factors of the top and bottom of x minus c is equal, I'm saying it's a removable discontinuity. So that's what we just showed, right? If number of factors in qx is bigger than px, then it's going to be infinite discontinuity. And what happens if x minus c, number of factors, and p at x is bigger? What happens then? So from the previous example, we showed that this is approaching infinity because when we did the delta analysis, we had too much delta at the bottom. But if the situation was reversed, so that we had like delta squared on the top and 2 plus delta, because we have more factors at the top, this is going to approach 0. Okay, so it does approach a number. Okay, so it's still going to be removable. But the funny thing is, it's always going to approach 0. Let me show you an example, okay? So what if I had x minus 1 times by x minus 1, or x squared minus 1 all over x minus 1, right? This is clearly undefined at x equals 1. Okay, so you get x minus 1. From here you get another x minus 1, x plus 1. Look, if I only had x minus 1, and if I didn't have this part here, I just had x plus 1. As x approaches 1, this whole thing is going to approach 2, right? If y was this. But it's not. So if it was this, it's approaching 2. But because of that, it's going to approach 0 instead. So my point is, it'll just have a hole at whatever the number is. So in this case, 1, 0 instead of 1, 2. Okay. So I'm just trying to distinguish the difference between the two. If it only had one factor of x minus 1, they will cancel out, and the whole will be at 1, 2. If you have more at the top, it's always going to be at 1, 0. So this can vary depending on the factor, but it'll always be at 0. That's all I'm saying. So it's still a whole, just different location.